So a little bit of an aside, unrelated to the story. Do you want to describe this little advertisement panel? Or I don't know if it's an ad. This sort of like last panel at the end of the book.
So basically, it says, "Hey, a lot of people have written in, and we love the support. So go to the last page. We've got a picture that's worth framing, or that's suitable for framing, of Batman and Robin. This is our way of saying thanks." And then it's signed Bob Kane.
Yeah, I think this is really interesting. Clearly, the story has ended early, and they need to fill some more space. And they decide to plug the filler page at the end of the book where they needed to fill more space, where they decided, they made some art for that. And interestingly, if you go to DC, if you're reading this digitally on DC Universe Infinite, they don't include this page. So
the whole page, or just that
they include this blurb
that cell
that mentions the back page, but then the page that they talk about framing is not in there.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So thankfully, I have the omnibus print edition, and I'm pretty sure if you do like facsimile printings and stuff, they have this in there. Yeah. But I had to take a picture of my physical book. I don't know if you want to describe this page to people.
Sure. It's Batman and Robin. It's slightly better than a sketch, standing next to each other. Batman's got his hands on his hips, and he's looking very heroic, and he's smiling big. And then Robin, the boy wonder, standing next to him, arms folded, still, just smiling really big. And at the bottom, it's like signed.
Yeah.
In a way, it says like, "Yours for bigger and better thrills, Batman." And the other says, "And that goes double for me, Robin." And it is, I will say, it is kind of funny to me that, and it also says Bob Kane up over Batman's shoulder, which I think is like extra funny.
It does.
That Bob is like, "I'm going to get my name up in every child's room in America, whatever it takes."
Yeah.
And then also kind of funnily at the bottom of the page, it says "cut out and frame."
I love this. I want a print of this hung on my wall badly. There's something that's just so like of the moment, like it feels like so 1930s and so silly and earnest and great. And like, I don't know, this is before like merchandise, like Batman's not appearing on lunchboxes and like backpacks and like whatever. Like this is the sort of like, this is the prototype picture, right? This is the marketing picture.
Yeah. And you can tell that they worked hard to make it look good and to make them like look fit and the shadows in the right spot, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And of course it's the nighttime. They've got the moon behind them and whatnot. I do think as like a criticism is that they like went over the writing too many times so that it like very much looks fake to me. It doesn't look like someone wrote that and signed it and it's like from sure. Batman.
Not at all.
Not at all. That's the one area that I think they should have done a lot better.
Something else that's a little silly. I kind of just had this thought. In January of 2021, a copy of Batman #1 went up for sale at a Heritage auction and sold for $2.2 million. And in that book, it gives you direction to cut it up. Right? So like how many copies of Batman #1 were destroyed but per instructions in the book that would then go on to be worth multiple millions of dollars.
That's right. That is really funny. And it's like a kind of artificial way to like jack up the price of the one that's uncut.
Oh, I'm sure they weren't thinking about it at all. No one had any inkling that there was this.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree. There's no way that anyone was paying attention to that. Yeah. I totally agree with you. But it is kind of funny that like the readers themselves like made sure that one of those was unintentionally so, but made sure that one of those was more valuable than all the rest because they were just destroying their own copies. So it's like artificial drop in supply.
Yeah, too funny.